What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fact versus Fiction. I'm your host, King.
And I'm your co-host, Shy. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell.
All right, and we have a guest for you guys today. Sir, introduce your name,
What's
tell us
going
your
on?
age, and one fun fact about yourself.
My name's Kai from Raleigh, North Carolina. Um, I'm a musical artist. Guess that's a fun fact.
That's what's up. So, what type of music you be making?
For real, I do anything. Like
You be singing?
I dibble and dabble. I do some melodic stuff, some singy stuff. I do some rap. I guess I don't want to call it gangster rap, but I can rap some street shit if that's what you want to hear. You know.
All right, cool. So, I got a load of questions for you. All right, and we're gonna see how this conversation goes. Do you believe in toxic masculinity?
Toxic masculinity. Okay. Yes, but no. Like I feel like it go both ways. Like females can be they use their feminism to be toxic and vice versa. So it's a real thing, yeah, but like I feel like it's not that big of a deal.
So then, would it just be toxic traits? Or toxic people instead of just it being toxic masculinity and toxic femininity.
Yeah, I feel like everybody has their own way of being toxic and it may differ because of gender, but I don't think that toxic masculinity is a thing. Like everyone's toxic in their own way.
Okay, that's fair. You got something you want to add to that? No. Do you think men should be more masculine and should women be more feminine?
I will say one thing. It is a lot of more women out here that so called I don't want to say so called, but they independent or whatever. They feel like they don't need a man,
Mhm.
yada yada yada. But it's like not to say that you need a man, but there's certain things that men do that women are not gonna do. Like construction workers. There's some women construction workers, but it's mostly men because what men are gonna be out there in the hot in the sun. You're not gonna want to do that. You're gonna be somewhere in the AC somewhere, and
Mhm.
that's just fact. You know what I'm saying? Like people like try to make it like where we not equal. We the most equal that we ever been so far in history.
Mhm.
So I feel like there should be no debate on whether you know what I'm saying.
So when you said men are more like in the construction side, down in the sewers, oil rigs, and things like that, and women choose to be in the AC, would that in turn kind of in a way um debunk the pay gap, the so-called pay gap that they say that exists?
There's women out here that make more money than other. It depends on your career.
Right.
I don't think there's a pay gap. Like
But and like in turn it would be like men work
men do run the world. I will say that men are in more positions of power than women. So
because they decide to take on those positions and women don't.
a lot of the times, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's women out here that want to
Yeah, of
be in them
course.
positions, but
They
our country was founded by men, so it's like
they're the explorers, the
yeah,
leaders.
founded.
Yeah. More alpha.
Exactly.
All right. That's cool. Anything you want to say?
As far as the pay gap, I don't feel like it's real, but I can say it is like discrimination towards women when it comes to certain jobs. Like it's just certain things. Like, but I just feel like it. I don't necessarily feel like it's a pay gap if you get what you get when you work hard for it. If you don't work hard for
Yeah.
it, then you don't get
Facts.
it.
So you said there's a discrimination. What discrimination would you say?
I'll say just like I'll say like CEO type of job, like they're gonna choose a face of a man before they choose a face of a woman, like in those type of industry.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that women uh decide more off like emotion rather than like factual or like fact?
Yeah, I think we are emotional. So some people are business wise, but then you have a lot of females where they use their emotions to decide what they're gonna do when it comes to like business and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, what you think about that?
Uh, repeat the question for me, please.
Um, do you think women, like, say for instance, right? They say like a woman wouldn't be good as a president because they would make decisions off of their emotions rather than what's logical, or so, or women don't think logical. Like, not to say they're not smart, but
Mhm.
they don't use logic when they're thinking. They think off emotion.
Um, yeah, I would say women they are more emotionally based and they run off emotions majority of the time. And then yeah, men run majority off of logic. Uh, you don't see any societies that's run by women. Of course, you'll have like maybe a chief of police who might be a woman, or maybe a mayor, or certain women that might be in, leadership positions. But majority of the time, you will see men in those types of power and those types of positions because just it's just how it is. It's just like the way we are wired. It just works that way. It's just how we function as a society. Like if you have a female who could be the president, like it would just probably go downhill. Like probably 9 times out of 10, like it would just go downhill. I mean, Joe Joe Biden, he he's just too damn old to be
I was just about
president.
to say the same thing. He's old, bro.
Yeah, he's too damn
I feel
old.
like Trump too old to be the president too. Like, bro, both of them like 70 something, ain't it?
I think Biden is like
80 something.
80.
Yo,
Yeah.
did you see that video? Um, and he like fell. He was like fell going up the stairs when he was getting on the
Yeah, I
plane.
actually I came across that today actually. But yeah, like no. It wouldn't work out in our best benefit as us moving forward as a society. So should um society go back to more traditional roles
What do you mean by that?
like um men being the providers and protectors
Fuck no.
and
Excuse me. No.
why
No.
not?
Because, well, first off, if you ask a woman right now, if you had to choose between you or your significant other, or you or any other man, who would you want to go to war? They're gonna say themselves. You ask a man that, they're
Wait,
gonna
wait, wait,
say,
wait, wait, pause. Rewind.
if you ask, say for instance, right, you ask her, or say you get a letter in the mail that say one of y'all got to go to war.
Okay.
She's gonna be say, you go, you're the man. You're gonna say, I'm gonna go because I'm the man. It's never gonna be the other way around.
Right. So wouldn't it indicate that we should just be more traditional instead of trying to be more modern?
No,
Because if I mean that if that's the case, like you're pretty much talking about being drafted, but women fought for the right to vote, right?
right.
So they have the right to vote.
Exactly. I'm saying, like, they fought for equality, but it's never gonna be equal. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
I
so
know.
it should never. I don't think it should go back to the old ways that it was, because I feel like,
I'm not saying everything should be old, but if women fought for the right to vote and they have the right to vote, should they not also in turn be drafted? Because when men have the right to vote, they are automatically drafted into war if it ever came to it. So should they not suffer the same consequences as men
I feel like if
if
you
we're
if
talking about equality?
yeah, if you live in here, you should. You know what I'm saying? Going to war don't. I mean, going getting drafted don't necessarily mean you gotta be combat. It's other places to work at,
Of
and
course,
you know what
but
I'm saying. So it should everything should be equal if we're talking about equality. It shouldn't go back to the traditional ways. Like, I feel like, when we're talking about America and society and like things like that, but everything shouldn't be traditional. I feel like.
yeah, I'm not saying like everything, but I'm saying like, like women want traditional men, but they want
Mm,
to be modern. So they want to pick and choose.
elaborate on that.
So they want to pick and choose when they want to be modern. So like they want traditional men as in a sense it's like provide, protect, and have all the security, and they don't want to pay for certain things, but they also fought for equality. So they don't want to pay on the first date. They want the man to pay on the first
Oh
date.
yeah, all right. So I ain't gonna lie. All right, stuff like that. If I'm feeling a shorty and I ask her out and I tell you I'm gonna pay, I'm gonna pay. But if it's like we going out and maybe I feel like if you ask the person out, you should pay. If she asks you out, she
She
should
should
pay.
pay.
I don't care. You should pay. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like I didn't. You asked me out. I didn't. It's not like I didn't want to, but still, like that's the same thing for you. It's not like you didn't want to, but I'm not
Yeah.
finna make you pay.
Yeah, like if you initiate, trying to go out and it's like I've had a situation where I had a girl try to initiate me taking her out because she wanted me to pay. But if you're
Well, she told you to take her out.
in a way she did, and then I was just kind of like, well, if that's the case, why don't you just ask me out? Because and then she ended up saying because I don't have any money, type thing. So yeah, I was like,
Hey, yo, nah.
wow.
So she was broke and she tried to
Yeah,
force you to take her out
yeah.
and do that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
She
nah.
belongs to the streets. I'm not gonna lie. But nah, yeah, it's yeah. You could play both sides on that when it comes to different scenarios like being traditional and whatnot.
Hmm.
Because a lot of things I feel like you should be traditional and like when it comes to relationships, yeah, there's like, oh yeah, you're supposed to be the protector, da da
Yeah,
da, because
there's gender
you're the man.
roles.
Exactly right,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Do you think um women know what men want?
I don't even know the fuck. I don't even know what I want. Like I don't know what I want. I feel like women don't know what they want either. They might say they know what they want, but like in life, you go through ups and downs. Your perspective in life changes as you get older.
All right, so if you think that women don't know what they want, then why would they give advice to men as to what women want?
They don't really know because
I feel like they have an idea
okay,
of
there
what
you
they
go.
want. As far as like a man telling, like a woman telling a man, like the only advice a woman can give a man is if it's like relationship advice on another woman. You can't tell a man how to be himself, but you can
Yeah,
give
you can't tell a
advice.
man how to be a man.
Yeah, you can't do that, but you can like give him pointers on like the actions of the female that he's talking to. So if like I have a male friend, he come to me like, "Yo, my shorty, da da da," I'm gonna give him advice on her actions, not as far as what he doing, because I don't really
You
know.
wouldn't like tell him what you think he should do if like
I mean,
in that
not in a
situation.
way, I would be like, okay, do what's best for you. But if he come to me telling me the actions of the female, I'm just gonna give advice on like, okay, yeah, cause I'm a female, so I know like if a female come in a room, I would know if she's feeling my man or not. If they came in the same room as me, I would know, cause like females know.
Would you?
I
Would you know?
would, I
Ah,
would,
I'm not sure about that.
I would.
You gotta think, bro. Let me ask you a question, and this is gonna piggyback off of that. You seen a dog have sex before, right?
Yeah.
Never seen a cat have sex. Where they be at when they be doing it? You don't know. That's because women are sneaky. You never gonna know.
Yo, that's kind of crazy. You kind of right.
Anyway, I
They're
mean,
called
you kind of
pussycats for a
right. You
reason.
kind of right, cause cats be popping up fat, pregnant.
Pregnant.
Like, what the hell you
They
need? Like,
they
what the
called
fuck you
pussycats for a
coming
reason.
from? But
Yeah.
nah, I'm just saying like we could give advice on females. Nah,
Hmm.
it's like men.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right. So back to the original question. So women don't know what men want, and they try to tell men, how to be a real man, but they don't know how to be a real man. They're not a man. Why is that a thing?
because women are turning
Into a
into the
masculine.
dudes. That's
So
serious.
it could be like a fantasy, like that Disney fairy tale type of thing.
You could say that.
Say that. All right. So do men know what women want?
No, for sure. For sure we don't. I feel like nobody really knows. Like everybody goes through like of course like in relationships you're supposed to get to know that person. So it's like you may know you may have an idea of what you want or a person may tell you what they want, but you never really know until you get to know that person. I feel
All
that's why I
right.
say nobody really knows what they want. They have the idea like how what she said, but
Okay. So let's say like in general. So in general, what do you think men want?
as far as in like relationships,
Yeah, relationships, marriage, whatever. Like, if you're looking for a relationship, what
it's
would
like
you want?
well, if we're talking about monogamous men, you just want someone that's you know what I'm saying, there for you and that has your back. Like does the little it's like with dudes, the little stuff matters. Like you come home, she already got a plate for you sitting on the table. You like, dang, I didn't know you made fried chicken. All this, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, little stuff like that, I feel like matters. Um, I feel like in a relationship you should be 100, 100, and not 50-50. It should be 200% together. Like, yeah, y'all might be splitting bills or whatever y'all arrangement is. Everybody has their own arrangement, which is fine. It's your relationship,
Hmm.
but it should always be 100, 100. You should give your all, and they should give their all. And I feel like that's what everybody needs or wants at least, just loyalty and
If you're all in a relationship,
yeah, someone that's there for them and actually cares about it.
that's fair. That's fair. All right. So in general,
That's that
there's
dominoes.
that
That's
dominoes.
that dominoes.
All
I
right.
don't
So all
know.
right. So in general, do you think you know what women want?
No,
No,
I don't.
at all.
I don't. I feel like I ain't had enough experience with women for real. I only been in a few relationships. I'm 20. I'm about to be 21 in May.
Hmm.
So I feel like I haven't experienced enough things with these women out here to know what women want for real. Or like, obviously you have a grasp of relationships and stuff like that, but
That's fair. That's fair. Generally, most of the time, women kind of want, to be taken care of. It just pretty much goes all back to what we were talking about earlier.
tradition.
Tradition. They want traditional men to take care, provide, and do everything like
Yeah,
that
that's
for
why I said
them.
like
Yeah.
if I'm taking care of you, then I better like not even better, but it's like if you know like oh I'm gonna take care of this house every time, it's not gonna be nothing wrong with the house.
Hmm.
Like you know what I'm saying, the clothes are gonna get washed, da da da. Da. Like you, if you want it to be traditional and you doing that, not to say that you belong in the kitchen or that's your womanly duty, but
You
if
belong
I'm
in
the
the room.
breadwinner,
Get your ass in the kitchen.
yeah, no, seriously, seriously, get in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I want I
Cook
want
me
a
a hot
peach
meal.
cobbler and fried chicken and macaroni and cheese.
God dang. All right. All right. So, in the name of equality, why is it okay for women to body shame men, but men can't body shame women?
Who said they can't?
Because, typically when men body shame women, it's like, oh, that's, is body shaming is fat phobic, like that.
Typically is unattractive for someone to be like overweight, but people like what they like. Who cares? But it's like maybe it's okay because men are seen as supposed to be have tough skin, like you know what I'm saying. Someone
That's,
talks about you, you're not supposed to like, oh, you're a
so,
man, you can't cry about it. You know what I'm
so
saying?
they're just supposed to deal with it.
Uh huh.
If they have to deal with it, then that would mean they would have to man up and then just eat those
Yeah,
emotions up.
you just eat it.
So then why would women want men to be more emotional if they're supposed to have tougher skin.
It's that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of different women out here, so it's like, but the women that think like that, it's like you can't really. I would just say keep your distance from them because it's like you can't. They can't think like that, and then you just holding in your emotions all the time because eventually you're gonna break, and then you're gonna break on them.
If women can fat shame and body shame men, how come men can't do the same?
Because women are soft. In
They're soft.
quotations. In quotations. 'Cause
They're too
y'all,
emotional. That and then that's where that cancel culture comes in. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But you can't
But
cancel me.
women don't suffer any type of consequences behind their
Most
actions.
of the time, I know some like people. A lot of people that don't really allow it nowadays because of the cancel culture. I feel like it's more um known like you shouldn't fat shame anybody. Like you know what I'm saying. Like
Mm.
if somebody want to work on themselves, if they're happy the way they are, let them be happy. You know what I'm saying. Unless it's like physically messing with their health and you're not fat shaming them, but you're telling them like, yo, you need to lose weight because you're of your health. Then
Obviously, we know like being fit and staying in shape is a good thing for people's health.
mm,
Why is it? Why is the narrative now coming down to being like, oh, if you're fat, if you're overweight, it's okay, like it's good for your health, knowing that
it's
it
not.
leads to diabetes and health
Not saying it's good
problems.
for your health, but if you're happy, like you,
No,
if you don't,
I'm saying like that's what the media pushes.
oh yeah, I mean, I guess I can see that, especially like with Lizzo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know,
And alright, and the thing is, it's funny how she's supposed to be a supporter for the big girls, but you can tell that she is working out. She is losing that weight because she wants to be looked at in a certain image, and I'm pretty sure she don't want to be that big.
hmm
That's why she's losing weight. So her promoting, oh, be happy as in who you are, but you're still changing yourself. So instead of saying just be happy, you should be like telling people it's okay to want to lose weight or want to like see where you can like
hmm
I've seen a lot of people transform. So
yeah. I feel like if someone wants to stay like how they are, then that's how they should stay. And a lot of times, people literally can't lose the weight because like it's literally in their genetics, like,
Well,
or it's
that's
like super hard for them, like.
well, that's only a small percentage of people,
Yeah, I'm pretty
but
sure, but
majority of the time you have control of your weight.
mhm.
But again, back to the topic of women body shaming men, like they want a man that's 6 feet or whatever. They want to do with you know the big the
I ain't
big
gonna lie,
willie.
Short Kings is winning right now.
Maybe, I don't know, but nobody bats an eye when women say that they want a man with
Mhm.
6 feet. They want a man that's got
But you can't say, "Oh, I want a girl that's under 2
right,
something," or you know what I'm saying?
right.
my thing is though, I never really cared about height. I just the only thing I can say, I'm not saying that I'll go date no dwarf or nothing like that, but you feel me? But like as long as he taller than me, I
I
don't care if
I
it's
would
an
date a
inch
dwarf.
taller. Like I don't care if it's an inch taller. Like I'm not saying you have to be 6 feet. As long as you
Can
can
y'all
be
be the
2 inch.
same height?
Yeah,
What if he was like an inch shorter than you?
I probably could work with it.
I
I just
say,
want to probably wear shoes with platforms. That way I won't be as tall.
yeah.
Do you think simps are ruining modern women?
Yo, do you watch Playback?
Yes.
Dude, got hair in my mouth. Dude,
I hear
I don't want to say yes. I don't. Matter of fact, no, because I feel like, how old are you, bro?
26.
Okay, dang. Okay, well, nah, my brother 26, but maybe I ain't gonna say for people your age, but people a little bit older than you.
hmm
I feel like yes, like they will give a girl money just because of her. I was literally just watching the video in the car about this. They'll give a girl money because of her looks, like things like you don't even know this girl. You just trying to get your way in there and simp so you can get
What
some
what
pootie
what
tang.
what
You know what I'm
what
saying? Like
was it a video that came out with today? They
I
did.
literally think so.
I think they dropped the video today because
I
I
think
watched
so.
it. Hold on, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Just press it soft, so soft.
Hold on.
No, you cannot. I'm sorry. You cannot have the garlic.
Was it this? That first one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the video.
All right. So I think, I mean, obviously, when you're younger, you don't know any better because you're raised in some type of way to
Yeah.
show like chivalry and things like that. Like uh you know, not really turn.
Chivalry is different than giving a girl money and
You're right.
and and
You're right.
she's definitely using you and like
I mean, in a sense, I guess maybe like opening up a door, pulling her chair out,
mm.
giving her flowers, uh,
Oh,
to an
like
to an extent.
gifts is different. I feel like you can gifts is okay, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not saying that. I mean, but at the same time, some people will look at it as like a simp type of mentality, or maybe a like too good of a guy.
Yeah, I've never had a man to give me flowers, but I don't think I would be like I wouldn't want the opportunity. I would love for a man to give me flowers and stuff like that. I'm not saying that I would if he don't give me flowers then it's an issue. Like no, that's not what I'm saying. But it would be nice for a man to do that kind gesture. Like I feel like it's just a kind gesture.
Yeah. But I it's a lot of it is a lot of simps out here today. Like um seriously, like it's kind of bad. So I don't be getting mad when it's like literally every girl does OnlyFans now. It's because all of y'all are simping. Y'all literally when freaking what's the old girl? Bad Baby. As soon as she turned 18, literally at midnight, she turned 18. Everybody went and bought her OnlyFans. This girl just turned 18. She was just 17 2 hours ago. Like we all sitting up here and it's just crazy how dudes are. It's like it's so many everybody I feel like everybody has their other out here. You don't have to simp over a female, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
Buy
is
they
completely true.
OnlyFans and da 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 da. No, this it's like that's too much, my guy. Like
That is completely true. I feel like most people don't look at it like that. Like as far as the OnlyFans thing, I don't condone it. I don't see why. It's another way of prostitution. You might not be like fucking on people, but like you're still extorting your body for money. So it's the same thing. It's just digital.
is modeling prostitution?
Yeah. You said no? Because models don't
But
really
aren't
show.
you extorting your body for money?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, most models don't model to be naked, though. They model with clothing on. It, like, or like, but you have some Instagram models that do it for, like, the OnlyFans.
Some of them OnlyFans girls, they just be posting like twerk videos or like bikini pictures. You think that's okay?
You said that's what?
You think that's okay?
I mean, if you want a man, no. If you want to just be fucked, that's okay.
That is that's actually kind of a interesting perspective that you put on it.
Would you consider yourself a simp?
Nah.
What's your definition of a simp?
My definition of a simp is you're giving everything to one person, whether it be gifts, money, showing all this affection or whatever, and you're not getting anything in return of it. That to me is what a simp is. But I do think that simps are ruining modern women because their egos are so inflated and like they think they're tens, but they're
No cap.
like
And they're all, I want some money. I need some money.
yeah, like they're like six and sevens or maybe fives or fours.
Can't mess with you if you got some money. All they
Yeah,
say.
you're an adjustable four. Fix it. Be better. Do better.
Do better.
See, as far as the money thing though, I've never understood how can a woman just ask a random man like, "Oh, give me some money," or "If you ain't got this in your pocket, then you can't talk to me." Like that shit is so weird because if a man did that, if it was reversed, if a man be like, "Oh, pull out your wallet right now," or some shit, she gonna feel embarrassed
No,
and some more
seriously.
shit. So it's like it's weird.
Because
It's
in
so
reality,
weird.
you're the broke one.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Most of the time, it be the females just expecting a man to pay for everything. Like I done heard females that'll go with a dude with no bread, and they'll kick them out. They ain't got no money to get where they going. They ain't got no money to. Like what the hell? This guy wasn't even interested in you, and you came with no bread.
That's why my brother said he want to do gold digger pranks.
I feel like some of those gold digger pranks be so staged. I ain't even gonna lie to you,
Some of them do. I'm not gonna lie.
cause like you got to look at the thumbnails too, cause those
Hmm.
thumbnails be looking too perfect.
I want to do like some real authentic gold digger pranks. Like
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be way
that
harder.
wouldn't like embarrass so many people, especially
Yeah,
out here, bro. That'd be so funny.
yeah, that ass. Why is it okay for women to adopt a or abort a baby, but it's not okay for men to financially abort a baby?
What you mean, like not paying child support?
Yeah, taking care of the child, whatever the case may be.
I feel like a lot of the time, I don't know why it's like not okay. I feel like it depends on who you ask, but like I feel like if you bring a child into the world, you should take care of it, or at least like put something towards like 'cause it's naturally your responsibility.
But if a woman wants to have an abortion, it's her body, her choice. But if a man doesn't want to have a baby, he doesn't have a say.
Oh, okay. So I feel like if the man, like, say for instance, right, you ask her to get an abortion, she says no. From jump, she knows you don't want the baby. So it's like, all right, you take care of the baby by yourself. You should be obligated to take care of the baby by yourself because I told you that I didn't want it and I wasn't ready, and you still had it. So it should be on them. Because if the baby get here, you know I'm not gonna take care of it. So it's
Mhm.
like it's gonna be on you anyway.
It's on you.
And I can say I agree on that. Like if I would choose to have a kid, knowing that the person that I had a kid with don't want the child, then okay, then I'm not even asking for financial support if you're not even gonna be around a child. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna do everything myself. I don't really see why females think like having a kid is gonna change their or you force the baby on them.
Hmm.
All right, so you so you both agree, kind of like if she's able to have an abortion, then he should be able to financially abort.
Yeah.
All right, if that's the case, then why is it that uh if a man doesn't or isn't able to pay child support, he goes to jail, but if a woman isn't able to uh financially support the child, she gets government support.
Well, wouldn't the man get government support if the woman would if like he had custody
No,
and he was in the woman's shoes?
uh-uh, because those laws lean more towards the women than it does the man. Because majority of the time, the women are gonna have custody of the child.
That gives more reason for the woman to just take care of the child if you're gonna get all these benefits.
But why does the father have to go to jail if he's not able to pay child support? But she gets financial government assistance. How come he can't get government assistance as well?
Laws are stupid. That's my first time hearing that. That's dumb. I didn't. Well, I feel like I thought like in general, like because I know some women out here that have to pay child support to the dudes. So it's like I would think like if even if they don't pay their child support, they would be in the same situation. But I guess you don't really see that a lot.
Yeah, because it's not a majority. It's just one of those uh what's what I'm looking for? Exceptions.
Like you were saying about the women being on child support, I feel like the only way for that to happen is if like that the man was already financially stable, have like a home and stuff like that, and she was like not in a stable mind. She probably was on drugs or something like that. That's like what most men do. Like when they, but I feel like because I know men that take care of their kids and the mom is not present. She either like in the street or like just don't want to be around her kids. So
Yeah, but a lot of times those are still some of the exceptions because they could still be on drugs and like the mom could still be on drugs and
Yep,
still have custody of the child.
that's factual. That's I don't understand America sometimes. Like the laws be stupid.
So
Do
do
you
you,
think? Oh, do you think that's only in the black community? Like, if there was two white people and like say they're both lawyers, like, do you think it'd be more likely for them to get like split custody, or do you think like oh it's still gonna be favor of the mother because of their job, their
I don't
race?
think I don't think it has to do with it being black, white, or whatever the case may be. I think
I
just
do.
overall in general, that's just kind of how it is because they gave birth, they carried that baby for 9 months, and obviously, as we all know, mothers, the women are more of a nurturer, so they think, and it's also a business aspect as well. That's why they don't. That's why they don't give 50-50 custody. They try to have the woman take care of the child more than the man. Because if it's 50-50 custody, then they're not gonna make any money off of it.
Wait, who's not gonna make money? The
The
government?
government,
That's
yeah.
stupid. Like, if your parents are not gonna be together, you shouldn't. The child shouldn't be like necessarily punished. I feel like that's a punishment towards the child if you don't have both of your parents around you equally or like enough, like one's around more than the other, because eventually that's gonna cause something in you. Like,
Yeah, you're right. I mean, like, yeah, like uh, statistically, like the ones that drop out and go to jail and have all these other issues, they were raised by a single
single
mother.
mothers, yep,
Yeah. The parents end up separating. It would just be more beneficial to have it 50-50 custody
yeah.
to create the best possible outcome for the child and succeed or whatever the case may be.
I would even say a lot of the times it's not even like because you gotta realize in order for somebody to go to court, you have to go exactly. You have to go to court. So, I feel like people that end up in those situations, it is kind of their fault because maybe you're not doing what you're supposed to do in the first place, and that's why you're in court right now. So, um, because there's people out here that take care of their children and they're not with the person they had the baby with. So, if the custody goes towards the mother and she's the one that made the complaint in the first place, then I feel like that's okay. But like if it's for no reason, like you just putting someone on child support because you know you're gonna win, then those laws are not
Flawed.
being used just like they're not being
Hmm.
used the right way.
as far as the child support thing, me personally, I wouldn't put if I'm gonna be a family with someone, I wouldn't put them on child support. But like, for one, I'll let you put yourself on child support. I wouldn't even file. Like if you be like, hey, I don't want to be around a child, but I'll file for child support. But me personally, I don't think it's a good thing. It's just like a way of the government controlling like what's going on. Like, yeah, it's helping the women get like financial like WIC and stuff like that. In order for you to get stuff like that, you have to have the father on child support. you don't think about that shit. The females that's getting like WIC when they have a baby, they try to get that person on child support because technically the father is actually paying for that shit. Cause the female don't get everything that they pay for. They get like not even like I think like 25% of the money that they actually get from the father paying
Mm.
because of the other stuff that they get.
Women, in a sense, are
Keep losing your train of
I'm
thought.
I'm going brain dead. So why is it okay for women to hate on men, like all around, like in general, to hate on men, but it's not okay for men to hate on women? Like if men were to hate on women, it's misogyny. It's misogyny, but nobody calls out when women hate on men as misandry.
Even though no one calls it out, I mean that's it. That's is what it is. But I feel like the way that society is now, it's just become a social norm.
It's,
And
but it's more of like, in a sense, it's more of like the feminist, the leftist thing for women to hate on men. Like they be like, "Oh, men ain't shit, men ain't this, men ain't that." But if nobody, again, nobody bats an eye at that. But if a man says like Andrew Tate, if he says, "Oh, men are supposed to provide and take care of the house, and women are supposed to be in the kitchen and take care of the home," he's automatically a misogynist.
I think like with him, it's like you can't really say that about him because of how he explains it. It's like he's a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. Like if he's providing you this lifestyle, this luxury, well, there's nothing wrong with you. Like we were talking about earlier, there's nothing wrong with you taking care of the necessities that this man need if he take care of it.
Yeah, it's not misogynistic or anything like that, but it's like essentially I think what it comes down to is when you try to hold these, like, not saying all women, but when you try to
Hmm.
hold these women accountable for doing certain things like, you know, fuck shit, it's like, oh no, that's misogyny. Like, oh, why do you hate on women? Like this whole conversation, we've been going back and forth about men and women, and a lot of the things that I've asked, or that we've questioned or whatever, could be seen as misogynistic by the left movement. So it's like, why is it that when we as men try to hold women accountable or question their motives, it's seen as misogynistic, but when women say, like, point blank period, that men ain't shit, it's not to be like, you're not taking a double take and be like, hold up, what are you talking about?
I feel like that comes from like women not being equal in the beginning, like when America was founded, and then as time goes on, it's like they got all of their rights and whatnot that they wanted, and then they
Hmm.
feel like they have to keep fighting for more. So I feel like I feel like we're equal. So it's like
So we
they
gave them an
don't,
inch
but they
and they
don't exactly. They don't really see it like that. It's
yeah.
like
So they're like, they have the equality and everything, the equality to independence, that can do what they want, and they're trying to hold the men of today accountable for men of the past.
I wouldn't say that. I would just say like because of like the things that happened in the past that kind of is sparking that, oh, men aren't this, men are that, and that's okay because for so long women have been down here.
Oppressed.
exactly. They've been lower than men. So it's like, oh, we're here now. It's okay for us to say this because we're women, and it's always gonna be like, even though we're equal, it's not. We're never gonna be equal because women are always gonna be. Oh, we have to cherish them. Uh, they're the mothers of our children and whatnot. So it's like no one really. No, I won't say no one cares, but it's like men really don't care when women talk about, oh, dudes aren't crap or da da da. Like, they don't really care when they talk about us as men. I feel like, or I feel like I don't really care. I can't speak for everybody. Yeah, I feel like people they gonna say what they want to say. It's like,
Mhm.
as long as you know your opinion, you know what I'm saying. Everybody has their own opinion, so it's like nobody's right or wrong. But if it was the other way around, you know that it wouldn't be it wouldn't be accepted.
So that do you think that black men want black women?
Most of them, yeah. I don't. I feel like I don't really see, if I see a black man date outside of their race. Most of the time, it's a white woman, or like a oversized white woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why that is, but I feel like, yeah, most black men want to date inside their race, want to date a black woman.
I think I can agree to that. I think the reason why, people like what they like or whatever, but
Mhm.
um if they had their experiences with multiple experiences with black women or whatever the case may be, then they want, and it's never good, then, and if it's like multiple, like a mass assertion of men just having these same experiences, then I think in a sense that should mean that probably the black woman should reevaluate and take a look at themselves as to like why they're going to look outside of their race.
Mhm.
I feel like men I feel like it's a cultural thing for me. I feel like men that date outside of their race, they wasn't necessarily born in a necessary culture where you're only around black people, or like if you're put in that, it's just an environment that you're in. Wherever
Yeah.
environment that you're in, you're going to adapt to that. So if you're around majority of white women, that's gonna be your interest. So like, yeah, you might like black women, but like you been around white women, that's what you're gonna date. That's what you're gonna be like. That's what you're gonna look for. So it's an environment thing for me. I don't think like the men that do, hey, that's on you. I feel like as a white woman, most men they date a white woman. It's for a reason. Most dudes that I've known that dated white women, she was a yes man. So it's like I don't condone a female not giving hard criticism as like a black woman because they always say like a black woman has so much to say. But in a way, it's like they date outside of their race because those women are just gonna shut their mouth and just do whatever they ask.
I would say impartial. It does have to do with culture a little bit, depending on, yeah, like depending on where you grew up and also environmental. So if you're in the states, then, or like whatever, like certain states or whatever the case may be, then yeah, you might look towards this one race, maybe, whatever the case may be. But if you're Asian or Hispanic, or we'll use it like Hispanics for an example, because they try to keep their bloodline going. They try to keep it as pure as possible. And if uh if a female dates outside of her race, then the parents aren't they're not initially happy about that because they want to keep the bloodline as pure as possible. But if you're, like they're like, if if you're like a black man, and you, like, if you've had all these encounters with black women, that could be bad. then you're gonna obviously look outside of your race. It's not about being strong or independent or whatever. It's about like you might be too combative and too quote unquote opinionated. It's like we don't want all of that. We just want you to just like be easy, take it chill, don't talk too much. It's not about you having your own opinion. If you have your own opinion, that's fine. Everybody has their own opinion. It's like an asshole. Nobody cares at the end of the day because sometimes you're just gonna talk shit.
Mhm.
And men aren't looking for that. They want you like if a man finds his peace, if a man has his peace and you might like a certain dude, then and you're not at your peace and you realize that like he realizes like you're not at your peace, he's not gonna mess with you because now you disrupting his peace.
Mhm.
So you gotta have peace as well within yourself.
Mhm.
So, Kai, what do you look for in a girl? Like when you go for a girl, like what does she have to bring? Like what is your like what can you
What does she bring to
tolerate?
the table?